So now we're going to talk about Celeste. And as I was saying earlier, I think this is going to turn out to be it already is such a very, very sad story, isn't it? Because this 13-year-old girl, now Celeste will not be the first 13-year-old girl that has been seduced, groomed, by an older man, especially, my hair's falling out, especially groomed by someone like David, because he is, he's a singer, he's famous, and that's easy to turn a young girl's eye, isn't it? Just so easy that he's in his 20s. She's 13 when she went missing. God knows how old she was when he started grooming her or started the relationship with her. She won't be the first. She won't be the last. Young girls, young people in general, girls, boys, impressed by people that are singers, rappers, wealth. He's a pseudo-intellectual to me. We're going to have a look at an interview of his. He talks as if he's so clever, and that would impress a 13-year-old girl. He won't choose women of his own age because older women, say older, I mean, he's not that old. I think he's in his late 20s. But even girls in their late 20s, they won't be impressed by his rubbish. He's obsessed with anime. He's obsessed with, he just sits, he's just playing his PlayStation or whatever all the time. He's obsessed with video games. Grown women won't be so interested in someone like that, will they? Can you imagine if you were out with someone, what's your hobbies? Oh, well, I like anime and video games. For a grown woman, that's not very attractive, is it? But for a 13-year-old girl, maybe that is quite attractive because she's probably into PlayStation games and stuff like that, and depending on the way you look at it, I suppose he's a reasonably good-looking guy, though he just looks sinister to me, to be honest. I don't look at him and think, oh, he's handsome. I just think, I don't know. But maybe that's because of what I know now about him. Maybe if I didn't know that he was sinister. But he's got that sinister look about him. I hate all this gang rubbish, look at him. Oh, no, sorry. But again, young girls will be impressed by that. Much more than older women will be. So, of course, that's what these groomers rely on, isn't it? Look at Stephen Stearns. He's similar. He sort of groomed Madeline Soto for so long, and he was buying her Tamagotchis and all the things that she was interested in. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. So poor Celeste, she didn't stand a chance, did she? They say she was a troubled teen. Most teens are troubled, aren't they? Not many teens that aren't troubled, really. She was probably arguing with her parents. He's probably offered her financial things, presents. She'd be very impressed by him. She would be easy to control. So anyway, what's happened, of course, is she then disappeared. It's not clear how long exactly she's been missing for. But she was recently found in the front of a Tesla. Her body was found, and this girl is deceased. So she didn't put herself in that frunk, in that Tesla, did she? So somebody put her there. The Tesla was registered to him, but he was just carrying on his life like nothing was going on. He was doing his tour. Just carrying on, releasing albums. He released an album on the day of her birthday. He released an album which contained this song, which I looked at in another video. It's called Romantic Homicide, and people think this song is about Celeste, possibly. So what does he say? I'm scared. It feels like you don't care. I might have to look at it a bit closer up in my file because I can't see it very well on there. Oh, unless I put my glasses on. Let me just see if I... Where are my glasses? Mis gafas. That's glasses in Spanish. Yeah, I'm scared. It feels like you don't care. Enlighten me, my dear. Why am I still here? I don't mean to be complacent with the decisions you made, but why? In the back of my mind, you died. And I don't even cry, not a single tear. And I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone that won't even arrive. In the back of my mind, I killed you. And I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, that it's true. Do I love you? No, I hate you. In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry, not a single tear. I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. So this was a song that's on the album that he released on Celeste's birthday. I think it was the 7th of September. So it's creepy, isn't it? It's creepy. Now, he hasn't been charged with anything yet. I want to say that. I mean, it could be that he's got nothing to do with Celeste's death. Could be somebody else who had access to his car. But his car was just left parked, wasn't it? And it was towed. And it was in the impound that people noticed the smell coming off it. And that's how poor Celeste was found. So she's got a little cross on there. You know, it's a shame, isn't it? Because couldn't protect her from this man who is like a Satan. If he has done something to this girl, he is like a devil, isn't he? You know, to groom a young girl like that and then to kill her. Now, of course, what's the motive for killing her? You know, sometimes, of course, you don't even need... Oh, it's not working, Annie. Yeah, I couldn't. I'll have a look at it later. I have no idea why it wouldn't be working. I don't even know how to check it. If it won't let me, you know, buy myself a coffee, I don't know how I can check it. Let's see. I'll put the link in here. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if I go in there, Annie, and see that you've bought 50 coffees, that should be the link. Sorry, I'm getting... Hi, Celia. That should be the link, and I've put it in chat, but I don't know how you go to it. Anyway, never mind. So, yeah. Poor girl. So what would be his motive now? As I say, whizzing around media and in some news items. So this news item we're going to look at, first of all, this is the Economic Times, of all things, but it's in lots of media. Celeste Rivas was pregnant when her decomposed body was found in David's Tesla. The internet is abuzz with rumours. So I just want to make it clear now, law enforcement has not confirmed this at all. These are literally rumours, but it's, you know, quite often rumours do come from truth, you know, a leak or something. Now, but I just want to say that. So I'm not saying that this is true. I'm telling you what the rumours that are flying around are, but from sources that aren't bad sources. Do you know what I mean? So what we do know is that they've raided his home. So it says singer David is embroiled in controversy following the discovery of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body in his Tesla. Now, so she would be 15 now. She was 13 when she was reported missing. She's just had a birthday. She must have had 2 birthdays while she's been missing, bless her. So, yeah, literally 13 years old. Just a child. The vehicle was found in a Hollywood Hills impound lot. Unverified rumours of infant remains found near David's residence and Celeste's alleged pregnancy have surfaced online. So rumours of infant remains. So again, has not been confirmed yet by law enforcement. So we have to just take it at face value. We don't know that it's true. But it is not only circulating on social media, but also around various news stations. So police have raided David's home, seizing evidence. So we don't know where David is at the moment. Is he still in police custody? We know his tour's been cancelled. We know that sponsors have dropped him, but we don't know anymore. So as the case digs deeper, shocking details continue to emerge about Celeste Rivas, whose highly decomposed body was found in the abandoned Tesla linked to the singer. As the police continue their investigation into the missing teen's death and the singer's potential involvement, new but unverified claims have emerged online, suggesting the discovery of additional human remains. Child's remains found near David's home. Now, as I say, just remember this could be completely unfounded. Social media is abuzz with bizarre theories that remains of an infant were found near the artist's Hollywood Hills residence. Though unconfirmed, these rumours have spread like wildfire on the internet, as they do, adding fuel to the mysterious case. And the claim was made in a widely shared post that read, infant remains were discovered near David's residence. They confirmed Celeste was pregnant. Truth is slowly coming to light as they continue to investigate. Well, we've not had a press conference. We've had nothing actually from the law enforcement, have we? And that's the problem, isn't it? When there's no news whatsoever from law enforcement in a case like this, which is a big case, a young girl's remains found in a Tesla, and he's a famous singer, that is going to attract attention on all media. But the problem is the law enforcement, sometimes you think even if they did a press conference just to say they weren't saying anything at the moment, because everyone's clamoring around this now. People want something to say about this case. And unfortunately, as we've seen, if there's nothing to say, about it, people make it up, don't they? Oh, bless. Bluebell, thank you. So it must be you, Annie. Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I mean, that's just the way it is. But thank you, Bluebell. I don't want you're thinking that I'm just trying to get you to send me a Ko-fi just to try it. I'm not. It's just a surprise that it's not working. So at least we know it's working. Thank you, Bluebell. That's so kind. Thank you. Just wait for that to go off. So, yeah, because there is no news, people make up their own news, don't they? But it could be sometimes, things leak out. Who knows how this has leaked out? And sometimes in the end it results that it is true. But as long as law enforcement don't say anything, this won't be the only thing that will leak out, is it? So some social media posts have even claimed that Celeste Rivas was pregnant at the time of her death. Some social media pages suggest the alleged discovery confirmed her pregnancy. So these rumours have spread widely across X, formerly known as Twitter, and TikTok, leading to new heated conversations. But no law enforcement agency has verified these claims, and officials have not released any information similar to this. So for now, the speculation remains just that, some unverified online chatter with no official confirmation. So then the rumours have reignited following earlier discussions in Discord chats, where David allegedly referenced a kid on the way while tagging a now deleted user. according to TOI, whoever that is. Screenshots of the conversation recently resurfaced online, fueling speculation about Rivas's purported pregnancy. But it's important to note that neither the post nor the claims have been verified by official sources, and police are yet to confirm any detail. So that he has not been named as a suspect, but they raided his home. He apparently has terminated his lease on that house. Poor Celeste, her body has been released to her family, has been released now, so the forensics must have done whatever they needed to do with her body. And the raid on his crash pad comes as connections between the pop star and the dead teen keep piling up. Well, they were definitely connected because there's photos. There's lots of photos of them there, of them together. So they definitely know each other. They definitely are connected one way or another because of there's photos, there's videos of the two of them together. So I think we can safely say, in fact, I'll show you a photo. Let me have a look. I downloaded a couple of photos of the two of them together. So we definitely knew her. And she was telling everybody. She had a boyfriend called David. It's horrible, isn't it, to think that she's telling people she's got a boyfriend called David. She's 13 years old, telling people that she's got a grown man as a boyfriend. It knocks me sick. Because the thing is, for her, she's the minor. He's the one with the responsibility not to look for a 13-year-old girl. Do you know what I mean? And horrible man, whatever. So he's a PDF, whatever. If it wasn't him who killed her, he shouldn't have been going out with her, should he? So the body of Celeste was found September the 8th, the day after her 15th birthday. So yeah, September the 8th, the day after her birthday. So he released his album on the 7th, on the day of her birthday. And staff at the Hollywood tow lot where the Tesla was brought called the cops after noticing a putrid smell from the car. Amid a flurry of shocking allegations surfacing online, the singer's controversial track, Romantic Homicide, has reignited intense debate across social media. Netizens also unearthed old photos of the victim Celeste with David, fueling speculation. Police records reveal that Celeste was reported missing at just 13 years old, and in a statement to authorities, her mother mentioned that Celeste had a boyfriend called David. And this revelation has cast a glaring spotlight on David, as Celeste was reportedly seen in his home and appeared in multiple videos. The exact nature of their relationship remains unclear, leaving social media divided. Some users express outrage, while others demand swift action against the singer. And according to the Los Angeles Times, authorities discovered a severely decomposed body in the trunk of a car registered to David while he was on tour, and the remains were later confirmed to be Celeste, although the cause of death has been deferred due to the condition of the body. They have released Celeste's body now, so maybe they couldn't tell her cause of death, which is very sad. The investigation into her death is ongoing, with police recently seen conducting a sweep of David's apartment. So I think what we do know for sure is they have raided his apartment. I think we do know that for sure. But what we don't, but these reports of infants and Celeste being pregnant, they are unconfirmed reports. So I just want to let you know about it, but know that it is... I think I said hello to Celia. Hi again, Celia, if I didn't. Hi, David. You know, it's ongoing investigation, isn't it? So let's have a look at this. So this was something that I found on X. Oh, God, where's it gone? There it is. So, of course, it's been talked about a lot on X. So TMZ, which is a news thing, has reported new details in the David case, revealing that the Hollywood Hills rental home where the singer was living is equipped with extensive external security system. So meaning it's virtually impossible to enter or exit without being recorded. So this is going to be like Stefan Stearns, isn't it? You know, Thicko. He's another Thicko. So if he did take Celeste from that property or whatever, then he will have been recorded. Because now what this person says on X, this is an account I follow. They're a very interesting account. You know, they talk about crime, and as you know, I'm interested in crime, so that's why I follow them. But this detail is especially significant because investigators have been probing whether she may have been killed inside the residence. So it says police searched the property for traces of blood, but we don't know if they found any or not yet. So apparently detectives are also canvassing the surrounding area for surveillance footage that could reveal who last drove the vehicle. So yeah, all that will be going on. They'll be looking to see when the vehicle was last driven, who parked it in that place, you know, where it was towed away from, who parked it there, you know, those kind of things. And it may well be that not only this twonk, but maybe some of his people knew about it. It's quite horrible to think. So it's just showing you the security cameras. So they'll be going through that. I mean, you know, these things, they don't happen overnight, do they? That take a lot of looking at. Now, the interview that I want to show you was also on this, I think. Let's see. So, was he aware of her age as well? So apparently, according to this person, David has restricted comments on both his Instagram and TikTok posts. His last message was the announcement of his upcoming album release date, which was shared on his Instagram channel on September the 7th, which also happened to be Celeste's birthday, and notably one day before she was found. Yep. Now, she had an interview on here. So he's broken his lease on his home, so he's not going back there, apparently. Where's the... so this is the... What's that she's saying about? Yeah, no news yet on Emmanuel Harrow. So this was this sort of weird... I mean, it's really weird. So that song, these are things that he's put on his Instagram, etc. You know, the shirt with all the blood on it and everything. I mean, could that really be a coincidence? So back in March, David told Mahogany, whoever that is, that his hit Romantic Homicide, and we're going to watch the video where he says it, was inspired by an idea that he had. A detective forced to solve murders committed by his dark alter ego, Itami, a name that means pain in Japanese, you know, because he's obsessed with bloody anime and that. So he described Itami as an agent of chaos. He explained that the video was his way of giving life to his alter ego on screen. Well, it all sounds a bit sketchy, doesn't it? Me and Itami had a great time just chopping it up and merging creative ideas on the entire thing. And in the interview, David revealed he'd even started writing his own anime about the character, a detective haunted by an evil double who randomly appears and commits violent crimes. But now these comments are being closely examined after police said they found the decomposed, dismembered body of missing teen Celeste Rivas in the trunk of his Tesla. Sorry, the frunk. In another music video, Rehab, released on Celeste's 13th birthday, his alter ego cuts the arm off a petite brunette cartoon girl after he sings "White rose petals, broken hearts, and bloody sandals, bodies stacked on top of another." So it doesn't sound very good, does it? I mean, who writes songs like that? What's wrong with them? Since the investigation began, David has cancelled his tour. His label also pulled promotion for his new album, but Romantic Homicide just re-entered the Billboard 2000, and he hit his biggest day ever on Spotify with 12 million streams. Well, of course, everyone will be trying to listen to the song now, because of the circumstances. I hope he doesn't get to profit from it. Yeah, I mean, come on. This is what is that about? Literally, what is that about? Crikey, so he's put this picture, he's got a blindfold on, he's got blood all over his shirt and blood on his hands. Though to me, it's like this pseudo-intellectual. When we listen to him talking in a minute, you'd listen to it and I'd listen to it and think, what an idiot, like what load of crap, to be honest, that he's talking. But to a young girl, a 13-year-old girl, it's like, there he is, he's all sort of like, I suppose, a young girl might find him attractive. I don't find him attractive in the slightest. But, to a young girl, and he's a famous singer and he probably had money, certainly would have more money than she had, even if he didn't have loads of money. She'd be impressed, and then he's talking like intellectually like that, and she'd be like, "Oh, David," but somebody older and wiser would be just like, "Oh my God, what a narcissist." What? These are the sort of pictures that he had on his social media. It's not looking good, is it? It's not looking good for David. I mean, somebody has murdered Celeste. She didn't put herself in that front, so somebody murdered her, that poor girl, and she was missing for all that time. So when you look at these pictures, you think, I wonder who it was that murdered her. I wonder. This guy is a Fruit Loop.
And I had the idea.
So we're going to listen to him talking now. Just, honest to God, I'll just tell you now, you'll get angry probably. To me, he's just like, so he probably smokes too much weed. He thinks he's really intelligent. Comes out with all these ideas about his art and his this, that, and the other. In the meantime, he's grooming 13-year-old girls. And who knows what happened in the end. Maybe she was going to tell on him. Maybe she was pregnant. We've got all that. We've got to find all that out as time goes on. But to me, when I listen to this man talk, and you'll tell me what you think. Some of you might think he's great, that everybody's entitled to their opinion. But just to me, he sounds like someone who thinks he's a lot more intelligent than he actually is. But and he would impress a 13-year-old girl, but he wouldn't impress a woman.
And I had the idea to kind of make this first music video introduce a character that I had been kind of ideating for a really long time. That's why you see him with the blindfold and the bloody shirt aesthetic and the bow tie. I'm really big into anime and I'm really big into manga, and I wanted to make my own manga series.
Big into what? Mongo, did he say? I don't even know. Does anybody know what Mongo is? This would be one of these daft things that people like him like. Is it Mongo? Did he say? Can't find anything under Mongo. What the hell did he say? Did anyone catch what he said? Like he said he's big into anime. You know, it's like, oh, you know, and all the ideation of this, that I'm so intelligent, so clever, and so creative. You know, but I also like 13-year-old girls. But, you know, anyway, that's by the by. It's all art. It's all part of creativity. What is Mongo? Somebody tell me what Mongo is or whatever.
That's why you see him with the blindfold and the bloody shirt aesthetic and the bow tie. I'm really big into anime and I'm really big into manga, and I wanted
I'm really big into manga, it sounded like. Anyway, I can't find anything under. If anybody knows what Mongo is, let me know.
to make my own manga series at one point, and I was writing a lot of poems and writing a lot of things for it. And a big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Tommy, which means pain in Japanese. And he wears his blindfold, and he's basically an agent.
So this character, the name that he gave for it, means pain in Japanese.
And he wears his blindfold, and he's basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego. And the story of the manga went like I was a detective, and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like.
Yeah. So did Celeste get to see this evil version of him that comes out at random moments, probably when he's been taking substances or drinking or doing whatever? Sounds like Celeste got to see this person. So sad. You know, just that's how vulnerable young people are, you know. Well, I'd like to say to you, you know, you have to teach your young people not to be taken in by people like this, but it's difficult because they rebel, don't they? Sometimes, you know, I just remember with my son, the friends that you knew weren't good friends really of theirs. But the more you try and tell them, the more you try and tell them about it, the more they sort of rebel against you, don't you? You know, I did it when I was a kid, really, when I can think about it. When I think about, you know, your parents tell you, oh, don't hang around with them, you know, they're bad influence. And as soon as you get a chance, you're off around their house, knocking on the door, you know. This is just how young people are, isn't it? Sorry, I've just got to send a message. It's important. Sorry about that. Just drama, real life drama. Well, this is real life drama, but I mean my real life drama. Oh God, what did I do then? What did I do? Oh, see, I get distracted. I press the wrong button. That's me.
And I had the idea to kind of make this first music video introduce a character that I had been kind of ideating for a really long time. That's why you see him with the blindfold and the bloody shirt aesthetic and the bow tie. I'm really big into anime and I'm really big into manga, and I wanted to make my own manga series at one point, and I was writing a lot of poems and writing a lot of things for it. And a big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Tommy, which means pain in Japanese. And he wears his blindfold, and he's basically an agent.
He's just never grown up, has he? He's never grown up. So, as I say, he's interested in young girls. Young girls are interested in him because they're into these kind of things. You know, when you get to nearly 30, how are you going to find a woman of 28, 30, or, you know, a little bit older who's into these things? You know, most people grow out of them, but people like him and Stefan Stearns, They never grow out of it, do they? So they have to find younger and younger people. He still thinks he is 13.
Agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself, and it was like a cool little story. I didn't think
I'd be solving murders that I was committing myself. It was a cool little story. See how he gets all animated about it? He's like a child, isn't he? He's like, you know, he hasn't grown out of those sort of things that you do when you're a child, or, you know, we all have I always had an imagination, and you have your little, I don't know, fantasies, I suppose. I don't mean sex fantasies. I mean, you know, like, but you grow out of him. He hasn't grown out of anything, has he? He's still doing it. And yeah, so he's talking about how I'd like this alter ego as a detective who's solving crimes that he's committed himself. Well, do you know what, David? Get out there and solve Celeste. Who killed Celeste? You get out there and solve it then. Nutter. He sounds, you know, just, he's one of those pseudo intelligentsia people. You know, he thinks he's clever and he will come over as clever to a 13-year-old girl, but no adult is going to think he's clever.
Anything will come of it. Like, it was in the vault for like months and months and months, and I introduced it for the first time on screen because I had the opportunity with music to kind of explore this idea further with the Romantic Homicide music video. And people were asking so many questions. I was like, yo, this is kind of fire, because like nobody would have ever heard of it if it wasn't for this music video. But Itami was a staple of this music video.
Do you think that when he gave this interview, he had already killed Celeste? I'm not sure when this interview was made, but he mentioned the Romantic Homicide song. So had he already killed her and he would, you know, left her in the Tesla? Fancied just leaving her in the Tesla. As I say, we shouldn't jump the gun. Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was one of his management or somebody he knew, or his brother or something. I don't know. But it seems funny to me. Seems a bit of a coincidence to me that, you know, he's got this alter ego, this detective solving murders that he's done. And then there's a 13-year-old girl turns up dead in his trunk.
Oh, you kind of see him throughout the entire thing. He's holding the knife with the bloody thing. You got the girl who's basically like the ghost of the person that he killed. Was his first victim in the manga. And I put that all on screen, and me and Tommy had a great time just like chopping it up and getting to kind of merge creative ideas on the entire.
So he said, me and Itami, remember that Itami is not a real person. Itami is his alter ego. He said, me and Itami had a great time chopping it up. Now, he's not supposedly talking about chopping up Celeste. He's talking about chopping up the video. But it's funny choice of words, isn't it? Chopping it up. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into that. So him and Itami, who's not a real person, but is his alter ego who solves the murders that he commits, had a great time chopping it up. What a weirdo.
Everything, and the Bloody Rose aesthetic was birthed in that music video as well, and kind of me representing my entire artistry through this rose, which is like beautiful things can hurt you with the stems having thorns on them, and that became
this beautiful rose, but they can hurt you because they've got stems on them, thorns on them. It was his artistry, you know. You could imagine Celeste would be sat there, and you know, other young girls, and he'd be talking all this rubbish, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that sounds fantastic," but really, he does sound like unhinged, doesn't he?
Became my entire aesthetic for like the rest of time. I kind of still, even to this day, use that Bloody Rose to kind of show how beautiful things can hurt you even through music. Like music is very beautiful, but it can also hurt you with the lyrics, or
Yeah, beautiful things can hurt you. Like, what, like Celeste, does he mean? It's really quite chilling, isn't it? It really is chilling to hear him talk like this.
make you think about certain things in your own life that make you think about painful things and stuff like that. So yeah, that music video was the focal point and the start and foundation of all the different songs and music videos and creative points, and the creative direction for like my album now, and all that stuff literally came from that one music video in Arizona. So shout out to Tommy Killjoy, because without that music video, none of that would have happened. And Tommy is seen through.
Right. I mean, there's obviously more to that interview. Let's just listen one more time. I'm not going to say anything this time. I'll just let you all comment if you want to, but I'm not going to interrupt it this time.
And I had the idea to kind of make this first music video introduce a character that I had been kind of ideating for a really long time. That's why you see him with the blindfold and the bloody shirt aesthetic and the bow tie. I'm really big into anime, and I'm really big into manga. And I wanted to make my own manga series at one point, and I was writing a lot of poems and writing a lot of things for it. And a big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Itami, which means pain in Japanese. And he wears his blindfold, and he's basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego. And the story of the manga went like I was a detective, and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden. And he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself. And it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it. Like it was in the vault for like months and months and months. And I introduced it for the first time on screen because I had the opportunity with music to kind of explore this idea further with the Romantic Homicide music video. And people were asking so many questions. I was like, yo, this is kind of fire, because like nobody would have ever heard of it if it wasn't for this music video. But Itami was the staple of this music video. You kind of see him throughout the entire thing. He's holding the knife with the bloody thing. You get the girl who's basically like the ghost of the person that he killed. It was his first victim in the manga. And I put that all on screen, and me and Tommy had a great time just like chopping it up and getting to kind of merge creative ideas on the entire thing. And the Bloody Rose aesthetic was birthed in that music video as well, and kind of me representing my entire artistry through this rose, which is like beautiful things can hurt you, with the stems having thorns on them. And that became my entire aesthetic for like the rest of time. I kind of still, even to this day, use that bloody rose to kind of show how beautiful things can hurt you even through music. Like music is very beautiful, but it can also hurt you with the lyrics, or make you think about certain things in your own life that make you think about painful things and stuff like that. So yeah, that music video was the focal point and the start and foundation of all the different songs and music videos and creative points, and the creative direction for like my album now, and all that stuff literally came from that one music video in Arizona. So shout out to Tommy Killjoy, because without that music video, none of that would have happened. And Tommy is seen through.
Wow. So did you hear what he said about that? 'Cause I missed that the first time. What he said about the ghost of his first victim. I hope Celeste is haunting him. I hope he sees her. Well, if he killed her, of course, I have to say allegedly all the time. But, it's not looking good, is it, for David? I mean, he's a psycho by the sound of it. He talked about the ghost of it. I hope Celeste sees her face every night. Ugh, I just hope she's haunting him. So the thing is, he's just, he'd got famous, this guy. He was on the brink of, big success, European tour. He was, I don't think he had a date in Spain, but when I've been researching that, came up about buying tickets for his Paris show or whatever. So, he was on the verge of big things. So is it because Celeste got pregnant that she was going to ruin all these big things? Because if it got out that he was seeing a 13-year-old girl, and that she was pregnant. I mean, that'd be the end of his career, wouldn't it? Well, I feel like his career is probably over anyway now, but gosh, there's so much more to come out, isn't there, in this case? And the police are doing their investigations, and of course, it's not their responsibility to inform the public. Only the family need to know what's going on. Having said that, this is just my advice that I would give them, just from looking at cases. And you know what the media, not only social media, is like. If they haven't got any answers do get filled in. That's how conspiracy theories start. So one thing I would hope that as soon as possible, that the law enforcement, maybe when he's actually charged, if he gets charged, will tell us something as soon as possible. And I still believe that it's always a good idea to do a press conference, even if it's just to say, look, the investigation's ongoing. We can't say much at this time, or just confirm the facts, like about it was Celeste who was found. She was 13 when she was reported missing. You can confirm the facts in a press conference, and you can at least say something, because if you give the media something to talk about, if you give them nothing to talk about, they will make it up. I mean, unfortunately, that's what happens. So, that is the way it is, because people will be interested in this case. We've got 13-year-old girl, we've got famous singer, very strange circumstances of being found in the car, etc. So it's got all the ingredients that will make a case that people want to talk about. And people care about Celeste as well. We mustn't forget that. People will be outraged that a 13-year-old girl will have been used in this way and come to that end. Most people can relate if they haven't got children that age themselves, or grandchildren, or nieces and nephews, or you've been that age yourself. I mean, everybody will be able to relate to Celeste and how she, found herself impressed by a man older than her, groomed. It's almost like a story as old as time, isn't it?